Hey everybody, so apparently NetworkChuck broke a network and he challenged Keith Barker to fix it. And he was saying I was taken from our CCNA course on CBT nuggets. I guess this is I don't know if this is the working one or the broken one. Where's the... I think this is probably the... I don't know if this is a broken one or a working one. Let's try throwing it in there. See what we get, see if it's... I mean, if this is working, obviously, then everything looks like it's working here. Blinking a lot. We have instructions or anything in here? Site BPC. There's no IP address on it. That's IPv6 looks like. So I'm looking here. From loading to full, loading done. Supposed to be of adjacency. This looks like it's working.
Do you have what it takes? Can you fix this network? I broke Keith Barker's network. Swipe up for the link to the video and download the Packet Tracer Lab. See if you can solve it. It's pretty hard. We did a lot to it. Do you think Keith Barker can fix the lab I broke? Oh, can a double CCIE solve this problem? Oh, do you think Keith Barker can fix the lab I broke? He gave me a lab to break. I broke that sucker, you helped me, and he's gonna try and unbreak it or fix it today. Swipe up for that video. It's gonna be fun, I think.
So I'm not actually gonna watch the video. I'm gonna see if in the... So I guess in his video, in Keith Barker's video, maybe he has the broken one. You'd think they'd have something simple like ports down. So let's see. It looks like it's not in the... Here we go. So this is the... Whoop, no, that's the wrong. Download the lab, it says here. Downloads? There you go. NetworkChuck destroyed this network. Cool. So this is a zip file. There's a guide or something. Some kind of... This isn't answers, is it? Hope not. Okay. Establish connectivity between all the PCs. Have fun. Okay, so we have links to videos if we want to know what actually happened. If we get stuck, hopefully we won't. But that's pretty much it. Lab objective, establish connectivity. It's pretty simple, straightforward. Gotcha. And then it's broken. Let's open this up. I'm gonna log into Netcat over here. And just for clarification, I've haven't seen this lab. And I'm going to get my two-factor code here for NetCAD. Promise, it's on two-factor. Not Googling how to fix this lab. So now that we're logged in here, this background is hard to see. So it looks like it's actually might be the same lab, but you can look here. It looks like this is DHCP, but we didn't get an IP here. That's a start. Okay, and this one also didn't get an IP address. It's DHCP. Something's wrong with the DHCP server. Is this internal server? It says. Let me try making this a little more viewable here. Where's the usually? I'm missing something. There's usually a tool I can. There we go. Make a box. Let's fill with white. Just make the outside white, so it's real simple. I just want to see what I'm doing here. Okay, that's a lot better. Okay. So go back to select here. We got a public server. Looks like it's a 23.1.2.2. We don't have a default gateway, so we'll probably have to set that here. So go back and we look for something in that same subnet. I don't see a 23 dot. VLAN. There's a 23 dot. Okay. 23.1.2.1. Let's put that as the default gateway here. And let's see if we can ping 23.1.2.1. Okay, that's good. All right. And let's ping another interface here to make sure our default gateway is set right. 83, 51. Okay. So I pinged that. I have had complaints in the past. This is difficult to read. Hopefully you can read what's going on in Packet Tracer here. But I just pinged in my network to the router here and another interface of the router, and it seems to be working. There's a couple of VLANs on this router. That's kind of odd. Okay. So let's look at this site B here and see what's up with that. Let's not configure. Let's do Sharpie interface brief. And let's look. We got a loop back of all threes, so we can actually go to this router and say, can we ping that? And the answer is probably going to be no. Okay. I'm gonna make this smaller here. Get all my junk out of the background. So I can get organized here. Okay. So let's look for this 1067 83.53 and 129 83.51. Is that all right? Fast Ethernet 01. Looks like we've got three routers in this. Okay, so yeah, that would make sense. 51, 53. It'd be like a /29 maybe. Show run. Let's begin with which interface was it? 0/1. So if we look at the interface, it looks at 248 mask. Okay. OSPF network point to point. That looks wrong. Because that shouldn't be a point to point network. It's an Ethernet network. Priority of 1. We're natting. Okay. That's odd. Why are we natting? Duplex is auto. Speed is auto. That's fine. Don't think this should be there. We shouldn't have a point-to-point network. Fast 0/1. Oh, typo. And let's do no IP OSPF network point-to-point. Shall run 0/1 again, and we'll see. Oh, it actually looks like we removed IP OSPF priority as well. Because we're on a broadcast network here with this switch. So it's not a point-to-point. I assume here, I'm assuming of course, that this has another interface. 52, yeah, so that falls in our range here. Okay. So can we ping each other? 10.67.83.53. Let's just do ping. So that's working. 52, I believe, is this one as well. That's working. Okay. But it seems like we don't have. Okay, DSP is enabled. 10.67.83.71. Got such weird masks on here that's uncomfortable. I have to start documenting where everything is if this is going to make any sense. Okay, so show IP interface is brief, and we'll look here. 10.67.83.51. That's our other network. 37.43. This one's a bit high. So let me look at this switch and see what's going on in the switch here. See if we've got any VLAN. Okay, so we've got a 10.67.83.66. That would probably be in the same network here. I can see if I can ping 67.83.71. That is pingable. Gotcha. And if we ping it from here, maybe a do ping. 10.67.83.71. It's probably going to be a no-go because I don't think we have any kind of route here. So it looks like that's our only IP address on this switch. This is VLAN 50. Okay. So how are we connected back to R2? This is R1. I'm in R1. I should be on R2 here. Okay, let's try that again. Ping 10.67.83.66. Just to make sure we can't get there. It looks like it would be in this network, G01. Which I hope that's the right interface there. Show CDP neighbors. We can see on G01. we have that site A switch, so that's right. Okay, from site A's perspective, we show, well, actually we can see here, it's fast Ethernet 01, so if we go show run begin 01, we can look at this interface and it says, something about Rick Kirkham. I don't know what they're talking about there, but that seems to be on VLAN 50. Switch port mode access. Okay, so that's right. What about, well, hold on. It's on VLAN 50. Let me double check that. 50. VLAN 50 interface is .66. So maybe the network mask is wrong here. Oh, I did have some pings go. Okay, gotcha. Reading stuff wrong. That's a problem. So let's try pinging the PC here, and that was 83 dot. This one, I think, was 71. Make sure I can do that. I guess we'll give it a second to do ARP. Okay, that's working. So that so far is good. It seems site APC is configured correctly. We're able to communicate between the router and the PC. Okay, so now we need to look at show IP route. Let's do that. It looks like we only have connected routes. We are not sharing any routes, and we don't have any kind of default route. We don't have any kind of routes from OSPF or EIGRP. So let's see, show run begin router. Let's see, default router. Is there router OSPF 1? Okay. It looks like we have a do all statement here. Network 0. And all 255s. That looks wrong. So we go into configure, and let's go into router OSPF 1 network. Actually, we could do another show command. So we're going to show IP OSPF interfaces, and we're going to see here. Oh, it's actually okay. So it says this is an area 0, G00, which I assume is that interface. G01 is in area 0, so that may be working just fine the way it is. Network type is broadcast now. We just changed that. It may have been on the other router. I think it was on the other router here. Okay, but we have it up. It is broadcast. Designated router is me. Timer intervals configured. Hello, Ted. Wait, retransmit. Those look good. Neighbor count is 0. So something's wrong somewhere. Let's actually go to HQ. And let's do a show IP route here. We have a static route. Haha, 000/0 to null 0. That's a fun route to have. Don't know. We may not have to remove that. We may leave that in there if we can get all of our routing working. Because if we don't know where a network is, we may need that, but if we don't, we can leave it there. I'll just kind of take mental note of that. Okay, I've got a static route here that is going nowhere. The null 0 is like a trash can. So So if I show my IP OSPF neighbors, that's odd. Looks like I have neighbor ID of all twos on fast Ethernet 01. That's this guy. So we think we're neighbors. Okay. So we've got, I'm sorry, like, I'm completely unfamiliar with the network. There's no numbers or anything anywhere, so I'm trying to get my bearings here. We've got 1.1.1.1 listed multiple times. .33 and .34. And 2.2.2.2 listed. It looks like there's multiple connections. Now here we only have relationships with 2.2.2.2. Which is loopback. How are we a neighbor with ourselves on G00? So that's G00. It's an interesting thing I've actually never seen before. Neighboring with yourself. But it says I have 0 neighbors on 1. 0 neighbors on 0. Oh no, suppress hellos for 0 neighbors, sorry. Adjacent with neighbor 2.2.2. Neighbor count is 0. That's what I was looking at before. Neighbor count is 0. Neighbor count is 2 here. It seems I'm neighbors with myself. That's really odd. So if I look at my OSPF, begin OSPF 1, can I do that? Router OSPF 1. There we go. So this is my show run. Begin router OSPF 1. Thought I was going to sneeze. Sorry. Okay. So if you look at this configuration, this is like, hey, just throw it everywhere. Network 111 with a mask of zeros. Area 0. Okay. And the network 83.anything, which I think is what we've been dealing with, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, all 83s. Autoclass reference bandwidth 1. So we want that to match. But I don't think autoclass reference bandwidth, I think that's in megabits per second, so I don't think we want that to be 1. No log adjacency changes. That's a weird one to have in there. Router ID. Hold on. Router ID is 2.2.2.2. Manually set. But this is R1. Why did we manually set? That doesn't make any sense. And then we've got default information originate, which is good. We probably want that because we want all of our default route, or all of our routes that we don't know where they are, to just go to the HQ guy. He knows where that default route that goes to the trash can is. So that's fine. will do is we will change that auto cost reference bandwidth. See, that makes a lot more sense. We've got multiple neighbor IDs that are the same, so we need to change that as well. So let's go into router OSPF1, and then I'm going to auto cost reference. Let's just do no auto cost reference bandwidth. Please ensure routers are consistent across all routers. Very important. So we're just gonna leave it nothing because I think this was the oddball out here. I haven't checked R3, but with that, we're also going to change our router ID here to all ones. Then we're going to clear our OSPF process. Well, is it clear IP? Oh, IP. Yes. Okay. These are IDs all ones. Show IP OSPF. And our router ID here is all twos. And then show IP OSPF. And our router ID here is also all twos. So we got duplicate router IDs. That's a problem. We can't have those. We need them to be unique in our OSPF topology. So let's go into a router OSPF 1, I assume. And actually show run begin at router OSPF and make sure we're in the right process. We are. Okay, so router ID, and then this one will be 3.0.3. And then clear IP OSPF process. So I will show it again just to look at redistribute static subnets. I don't know if we have statically set right now. So let's look at our show IP route here. Let's see, do we have any? I don't see any static. So I think we're okay there. I don't think we need to worry about that right now. So now let's see, show IP OSPF neighbors. So now we have two neighbors, full intruder and full in BDR. That looks a lot better. So show IP route again. See if we got some OSPF routes here from both of our routers. Here we're at R3 site B, so we're down here. So can I ping this site APC here? Remember what IP address that was. 10.67.83.71. Let's give it a second. Let's see if it'll be able to ping. So no, it looks like it's not wanting to ping here. Okay, so let's look at our routing table. 10.67.83.71. Now we got 64/27. The next hop is 52. Which router was 52? It should be this R2 site A part over here. Do show IP interface brief. And I'm looking here, this is .52, so that looks right. What about my routing table? I should see I do see some OSPF routes from 1.1.1.1 and 3.3 to 3.3. And some other routes, okay. So why is my ping not getting across there? If we trace to 1067, 8371, we should see where we're going. We're going to 52. It seems to be dying. So maybe, does our PC here have a default gateway correctly set? 83.66. Well, what's 66? I think that's our switch. That's interesting. So where are we getting our DHCP from is my question. Show run, include DHCP. Nothing in there. Do show run, include DHCP. Oh, here we go. So we have a DHCP pool set here. IP DHCP pool R pool. And then if I do show run again R pool, I'll see here our default router is set to .66, whereas our interface is actually .65. 66 is the switch. So I will say my default router is 10.67.83 and 65. And just for the sake of completion right now, I'm going to make sure I save my configs that I've got so far. Then what I'll need to do here, I think I'll need to reboot this sucker. Can I do that? I can grab a new IP address. Oh, can I? Can I not cancel this? I guess this trace route's going forever. We're gonna have to hit that speed up time here. Fast forward time. Well, if I didn't break packet tracer, I think I broke packet tracer here. Doesn't happen often, but it looks like it's not very happy with me. Not responding. There we go. Okay, that's better. So it looks like we didn't pick up DHCP yet. Hopefully it does in just a second. And let's save as. We don't. It's going to be fixed. So that way we don't mess up the original file in case we need it back for whatever reason. Okay. So I'm looking here. DHCP doesn't look like it. There we go. Picked up an address. Oh, again, like it's not. There we go. There we go. Okay. So now it's ping again. I'm never obviously gonna trace route again. It's a terrible idea. So now we got the correct default gateway in there. We can ping from R3 site B right down here. And I should notice that you don't see my cursor, but site B here can ping all the way to site A PC. So let's look at site B PC. Let's look at our IP configuration. So we've got 139 default gateway of 129. And now let's look at our R3 router. Show IP interface brief. We can see here that our 129, which is the default gateway here, is an address on our router. So let's try to ping that 67.83.131. And give it a second. Okay, so ARP worked, and we're now pinging. So now, can we ping from PC? Say PCA here. I think you said it's site A PC, not PCA, but oh, wrong command prompt, and ping 10.67.83.131. Now we're able to ping PC to PC. So we're doing well so far, I think. I'm not ready to get in the multi-layer switch world over there, but in our little world here, we're doing all right. So now let's go to the HQ router, and let me make sure I can ping both of those from there. 1067, was it 83? 83.131. Awesome. Awesome, that's good. And the other address was .71. Okay, we can ping both of them from R1 HQ. Great. So can we ping this public server? I think we did that before. I think it was the first thing I did was ping the public server. Did I not? I might not have. Okay, so let's go to public server. Actually, I think I pinged the router from the public server. Oh, that's fun. 23.1.2.2. We ping 23.1.2.2. Ping that. All right, sweet. So we've got connectivity, it looks like, between everything so far. Let me make sure that I can ping this public server from site A PC and from site B PC here as well. Just to make sure, ping 23.1.2.2. Ping 23.1.2. So it looks like we're getting a destination host unreachable message. So maybe something's wrong in our routing tables here. Show IP route, and I will look for a 23. Nope, don't have it, and I don't have a gateway of last resort. Now I thought over here we had a default route. Show run. Let's actually begin router OSPF. And we'll see here we have default information originate. That's interesting. Show route. We'll see we have a default gateway set, so we should originate that default information through OSPF. And as you see here, 51, I believe, is is 51 this router? Show IP interface brief. Favorite command. 51 is this router, yes. So we're sending anything for 1.1.1.1 to that router. But I don't think we're sending anything else, are we? Okay, we're sending a couple of 1067s. 251. For some reason, we're not getting an internet route. We're not getting the static route here. That's in our routing table. Interesting. I'm wondering if because it's set to null 0. Excuse me. Let's try setting the static route. Terminal IP route 0. Well, let's actually do no IP route 0. That's an O. And let's go IP route 0.0.0.0. And then let's use our exit interface of fast Ethernet 0/0. And let's see if we magically get a default route from OSPF. No, I don't seem to be getting one. Oh, there we go. There we go. Gotcha. There it is. So it was that null 0 cannot be, won't we redistribute that? Interesting. Very interesting. Gotcha. So we do have the default route now. Can we ping That's not what I wanted to ping. I actually want to ping 23.1.2.2. Can from this PC, and I can from that PC. So I'd say we're doing pretty good so far. We've got our 3 sites here pinging. It's just going to be our multi-layer switches, and whatever we got going on. It looks like it's kind of, I guess, HQ. So it looks like that was our DMZ here on the left. It's our little DMZ. Well, actually, I'll draw the box around it for you. This, well, we will make it red. We'll draw this. Whoop. There we go. We'll call this our DMZ here. Whoa. Don't know what happened there. But that box can go away. Okay, so let's see here. We've got static addresses here. That's a interesting sign. Changing. So everything else, I think, has been DHCP so far. We have this 1067.83.1. Is that reachable? I can't click. Ping 10.63.1. I don't remember. What happens when you get old? 1067.83.1. Looks like that's not reachable. That's an awesome start. So our default gateway here is not unreachable. Is unreachable, I should say. Now these so far we've done these. These seem to be working with everything, and with the exclusion of this layer 3 switch network over here. So I'm gonna look here. It looks like it's on DHCP and it's not getting an address. Let's look, let's see, let's enable, show run, include DHCP. See, we do have a DHCP pool. Okay, so we're gonna actually, instead of include, we're gonna begin with DHCP. We're gonna say, hey, our default router should be 1067.83.6. Okay, well, that fixes our static problem there. We should be able to, assuming this is correct, 83.6, maybe that is the actual default gateway. And it looks like we can't ping that either. Okay, okay. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say there's some kind of HSRP or VRRP that's set up that's incorrect and causing this problem. Just a guess, just a guess. Okay. So what else do we have in this config here? We've got our network here. That's fine. IP pool DHCP. So if I do a show run, include, I don't think HSRP is in the command. It was, there was a word, and every command has that word in it in HSRP. I can't think of it. Port fast default, that's an interesting. Yeah, we've got some redundant links here. Seem to be flashing awfully fast. No spanning tree on these VLANs. That's bad. Hi Keith, hi Keith, hi Keith, hi Keith. Switchboard trunk encapsulation .1Q. I think we're having a broadcast storm here. It's a lot of config here. Standby, that is the command. So I think let's start with turning on spanning tree. And we'll go from there. We'll go from there. Let's copy that. I don't remember all those numbers. Conf T, spanning tree, paste. Make sure that works. Just paste all that. Paste. Ah! I'm stupid. I don't know how to copy and paste. So now we'll do show run include spanning tree and see that yes. So we've enabled spanning tree. If you really want to ruin your network, you disable spanning tree and run a layer 2 network design. Show run include spanning. So we have the same deal here. Let's turn spanning tree on. And ooh, they stop blinking so fast. Maybe they're deciding which links need to go down. Let's give it 15 seconds or so. Well, interestingly, they manually set MAC addresses. I wonder if they manually set MAC addresses over here. If they just happened to set the same MAC address. No? Okay, that's good. That could cause some problems if you manually set the same MAC address. Okay. So let's just compare the config real quick. Because I don't know how this is supposed to operate. VLAN 7. Looks like they don't have any kind of HSRP. They do here. And the IP matches is .4. It's odd. We had .6 and .1 as our gateway options so far. Looks like they both preempt. This one has a priority modification. That's fine. On VLAN 20, we're going to have an IP helper address. I guess we don't have. It seems to be different here. Okay. So we don't know which one is legitimate. I don't know. They may be each other. That would be interesting. Interesting setup. So our IP here is .19. And we have preempt and they have priority 99. That's fine. IP OSPF priority is a little higher here. That's also fine. Okay. Wondering why links aren't down even though we've enabled spanning tree here. Show spanning tree interface. Summary is what I'm looking for. Okay. You got 5 interfaces. Port has default, we saw that earlier. Switch is in rapid PVST mode. I wonder if they're different. Show spanning tree. Summary. So if we look, we can compare these two. We're in rapid PVC mode, okay. Root bridge for nothing. Blocking 3 ports. It's interesting that they all show up green if we're blocking. Okay. So what about these access switches here? What are they running? Enable, show spanning tree. No spanning tree instances get awesome. I don't know how long this video is so far. It's already been almost an hour. That's awesome. So we turned off spanning tree everywhere apparently. That's awesome. Let's I think I left that in my clipboard there. And let's just assume this one is off. T and paste that in there. That's probably going to be a lot better. Already we've had the switches totally down. Oh, we've got a port fast default, which is nasty, especially on multi-layer switches. So let's go into our config and go no spanning trees, port fast default, no spanning tree, port fast default. At least on our multi-layer switches here, so they're only connected to, you know, with the exception of this router here. We're pretty much oh. Okay. So we're running spanning tree everywhere now. Okay. Okay. So I think we're on this PC here and we weren't getting DHCP, and that's our problem so far. What about this guy? Is he receiving? He's not receiving DHCP. This guy is set statically, so I think top 4 was the HSRP group. Show run include standby. .4 or .19, depending on the VLAN you're in. Okay. So let's go with .4. Let's see if we can ping down 4. Of course, we'll wait to see if ARP works. Maybe not. Okay. Let's look at our ARP table. No ARP entries found. Okay. We're not ARPing. So there's probably a layer 2 issue somewhere. Let's look at our access switch here. Show. Interface is brief. Is it not brief? Status. That's what I'm looking for. Ah, well, looks like we've got half duplex all over the place. Error disabled. That's awesome. Okay, so which one is this? Of course, we're using a 10100 switch. And we've got a half duplex going on. Bet you were manually set on the other end. Oh, that's awful. Can we even show our CDP name? No, we don't know where other people are, but air disabled should show red. It's not letting me disconnect any of the cables. So we don't have any CDP neighbors. They're both air disabled. I'm gonna assume we have the same situation over here. Show interface status and okay, those look good. And clean this up a little bit. So yeah, we've only got one client here, which is a half duplex, apparently. Should explain our problems. That's hilarious. Okay. So I'm gonna guess that 1 and 2 are actually going to our network here. I mean, they're gig interfaces. You would expect that, right? So if we go to, let's actually show run and see what's in there. Let's begin at gigabit, maybe. Trunk, spanning tree, port, fast, trunk. Why would you do that? Oh, it's only on one, so it's probably okay. We can skip spanning tree on one, and the other one will automatically block itself or figure itself out. I think that'll be okay and not optimal. I think that would break our connection. So let's actually go. Oops, configure terminal, interface G01, shut. We should have a red link at this point. Okay, that's beautiful. No shut. And so it looks like we found that. Okay. Show interface status. And it's air disabled again. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh, it's not showing any information as to why. Usually in the console it yells at you. It says, hey, something's wrong here. So I guess we'll look at the other side here. It looks like this is 1021. So let's show our running config. And let's begin at 1021. Ugh. Spanning tree, port fast, trunk. Let's get rid of that. I think we're on the right interface to do that. That was 0, 1. We're on 1. It's great. Still air disabled. I didn't think we had any wild config over here either. 1021. If I want to check. Cancellation.1Q. encapsulation. That's it. Yeah. Oh, hold on. We don't have that setting, that option here. Do show. Oh, what is the trunk? Interface trunk? Yeah, we're not trunking. Do show interface trunk. I hope these don't only support version. What are we on? A 2960? I think they support .1Q by default. Okay, hold on. We've got 1, 22, 23, 24. All but that one. Some are in on mode, some are on desirable. So I think the mode should be on, because it's a manual trunk. We're not doing any negotiation on this side. So if I do that again, let's compare. Yeah, so that's manually set. It's manually set. Dynamic desirable is there. So we're trunking everywhere except for this one port. Oh, sorry. The terminal monitor. They're disabled again. Oops. HG01 shut. HG02 shut. HG01 no shut. HG02 no shut. Do show spanning tree. F02 is a designated port. Yeah. This bridge is the root. Believes it's the root. He says, I'm the root. 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 Rapid favorite or VLAN 7? I think it's the only VLAN we got here. Is it? Do show VLAN brief. Oh. Oh. That's funny. Excuse me. We got a lot of VLANs, or a lot of ports there in VLAN 1. We just don't happen to have any ports in VLAN 7. Now my question is, the HQ router. What? So I remember there was some VLANs on here. Oh, here we are, right here. VLAN 7 is .37. Now these IP addresses appear to be 83 dot a low number. So maybe, just maybe, We configured it on the switches. Do show IP interface brief. If we look at VLAN 1, administratively down. VLAN 10 is what we're looking for, which is down and down, which means there's no trunks that are supporting that VLAN. And if I do show interface, or IP interface brief, we've got VLAN 10 here, which is .2. Okay. Which is also down and down, so we've got no trunks over here either that are doing VLAN 10. Interesting. Do show interfaces trunk. So we can see VLANs allowed on trunk. We've got all the VLANs allowed and active. So we don't have anything active on access to in VLAN 10. We don't. We're in VLAN 20 here. Not to mention we're doing half duplex. It looks like it's not negotiating right. So if I go into interface FA0/1, we can do interface. Well, hold on. I don't know if it's supposed to be in that VLAN. Let me look at what are my VLANs called? They're not called anything. Just VLAN. Yeah, like I don't know where things are supposed to go. I'm just I guess I can just figure it out. I'll just destroy everything and rebuild it from scratch. It's fine. I don't know how things are supposed to work. So let's just see what we have currently on this interface. Let's begin at 0, 1. We'll see, we manually set the duplex to half, although it says it was auto here. So no duplex half. That'll work better now. I'm outspoken, good looking, love to party, and have fun. Joe. Thanks, Joe. So now if we look at this IP configuration here, DHCP failed. Okay. On VLAN 20, do we have a DHCP pool? Who would be our DHCP server? I think, if I'm not mistaken, if I go and look at do show run begin 20, well, VLAN 20. We've got 18 IP helper address. And then we've got this standby at 19. So that would be our default gateway. I'm actually going to open a notepad to, so we got VLAN 20. Our default gateway is 10.67.83.19. And this is a network documentation right here. And this is a HSRP config. Oh. Okay, and then we are sending our IP helper address is .6, which I don't know what that is right now. Show IP interface brief. I don't even know what VLAN that's on, really. .6, that'd be on VLAN 10 here. Okay. Is that internal server? No. No, but I think it had 6.6 there earlier. Who's .6? It's not you, you're .1. Do show run include say begin VLAN 10. .4 is the standby IP. Okay. Is R1 HQ? Would that happen to have that IP address there? No. There's not even VLAN 10 on here. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. We have an IP helper that goes to a .6. Maybe the IP helper is wrong. Is the IP helper the same here? No, it's a .3. That it's .4. The IP is .1. This IP is .2. Where is .3? Oh, okay. Yep, that's .4. Look, I don't know what .3 is supposed to be. Okay. Interesting. Are we even supposed to have these? Like, that's the question. I could statically set these IP addresses just fine. Do I want to fix DHCP? Am I supposed to fix DHCP? I don't know. But it's all kinds of wonky. So, what I will do here is I'll say that obviously on VLAN 10 here, so I'm going to say yes, my default gateway is .4, and I should be able to ping that .4 internal server. We're having some other issues with the trunks there, so I'll leave that alone for now. We'll go with this PC. And I'm going to set a static IP because I don't think I need to fix DHCP because I don't think it exists anywhere. What? 10.67.83. Let's say 6. 6 didn't respond to a ping. And is it 248? Is that the... They were changing 240. Okay. And 1067.83.4. Gotcha. So now let's try to ping 10. Is it 67.83.4? Could not find host because I put a comment in there. Ping time's out. Okay. So let's try an interface on switch. That seems to time out. And that seems to time out as well. I seem to recall this was actually on VLAN 20, not VLAN 10. Okay. So our standby IP would be .19. Sorry. I went off this instead of the switches configuration here. So VLAN 20, it looks like it has a mask of 240 as well. 17, 18, 19 are probably taken. Let's do 21. Wrong place. 21. Let's try that. And let's try to ping .19. I have higher hopes, and apparently they're not good enough. So we got rid of the half duplex on the switchboard. So access to switch, does that have any IP addresses on it. Status, we saw this was in VLAN 20. It was half duplex. So you show interface status. Connected, it's auto. So we should be good. It's in VLAN 20. Do show IP interface brief. So if I look at my IP addresses, I can see I have a VLAN 7, which I think is my management VLAN. Yeah, that's my management VLAN. So I don't want my PCs in there. Okay. I don't have a VLAN 10 or a VLAN 20 interface. So if I do show interfaces trunk, I can see I am trunking on these two interfaces. I do allow all VLANs, but I'm pruning VLAN 20 for some reason. It may be because VLAN 20 is not on the other side. Do show VLAN brief. And that's very interesting. I don't have a VLAN 20. So now if I add that VLAN with the VLAN 20 command in global configuration mode, and I show my interfaces trunk again, you'll see that magically VLAN 20 appears. So that's already looking a lot better. Might not be able to still ping, but we have fixed one more problem. What I did notice here is that it also looks like, oh, there it is. There it is. Awesome. I don't think I saw VLAN 10 here either. VLAN 1, VLAN 7, VLAN 30. So let's go ahead and add VLAN 10 as well. And over here, I'm going to assume we have the same problem. We might not. I know we definitely have the same problem here with 20. There we go. Gotcha. Sweet. So now we're showing 10, 20, 30. Awesome. And we can ping our default gateway here. Can we ping a computer? Can we ping 23.1.2.2? Destination host unreachable from .18. So it looks like we need to set up OSPF between our multi-layer switches and our router correctly. Do show IP OSPF. So it looks like we have an ID of 1.1.1.1, which is another. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Router OSPF1, router ID. Let's go with 1.1.3.2. And then clear IP OSPF process. Let's do show IP OSPF. We'll see here with the same router ID. Idiots. I'm saying that they did this on purpose, but you know, just looking at this, it's like this just looks like a nightmare of a network. So router OSPF1. Let me make sure I'm in the right. Is it also 1? Okay. Sometimes people do different process numbers, so we've got to check that. And we'll go router ID 1.1.0.1. Clear IP OSPF process. Oops. And let's make sure we write our configuration everywhere. Just make sure. And we're going to save this to make sure our progress is not lost. Okay, so if we did that, show run begin router OSPF. Make sure we don't have anything else bizarre here. Show run begin router OSPF. And that looks fine. So we show IP route. Show audio field neighbors. Looks like we have neighborship with our other switch, but not our router. Interesting. Interesting. Do we not have connectivity with our router? I wonder. I should get a drink of water, as I think. Okay. So we need to look at our HQ router. Thought it was right there. It's R3. We can get rid of that for the time being. Headquarters PC here. Access, multi-layer. I guess we didn't have it. There it is. Okay. I thought it was over there. Okay, so looks like the only interface we have locally is the VLAN 7 interface, .37. 34? VLAN 7? Okay. VLAN 7 here is also... No, this is the interface, this is the neighbor. Look at VLAN 7 here, it is .33 and .34. Okay, just curiously, do show include 10.67.83.37. I'm going to see if the network masks match up. Include 10.7.83. What is it? 34. 248. They're using weird masks, so I'm going to think that maybe they're a little odd. This is 37, but they have the same mask, so usually that's a good sign. But I'm wondering, 34, 33, and then you're bouncing at 37. That's a decent gap. So we have 248. We have a 248 at the end of our subnet mask. Oh, excuse me. We'd have 7 IP addresses. 8. I think we'd have 8 per subnet. Let me make sure that makes sense. So if I have a 242, then I have 2 available, 4 total. No, it's 252. 252, I have 4 total. So, I remove 4 from that to 248, which I'd have 8 total. Okay. Yep, so I'd have 8 per subnet. So I would go 0 through 7, 8 through 15, 16 through 23, 24 to 29, 30 to 38. Okay. They seem to be in the same range. Ping 10.67.83.34. Okay, so now I need to see. This is weird, it's a router, but it's got VLANs on it. It's tripping me out. It says it's up and up. How does that VLAN? Is this. What model is this? A 2800? Okay. 2800. It's got a switch module in it, it looks like. Yes, it has a switch module in it. Okay. That makes more sense. It's got this switch module. So it is a switch and a router. Got it. If that's not confusing enough. Show run include spanning tree. Spanning tree for fast defaults. It's interesting. I see both of those lights seem to be amber. Do show run or show interface status. Maybe I need to just exit all this crap. Show interface status. Nope. We can show one. That's interesting. So I don't know what interfaces those are. Well, 1 and 2 are configured to trunk. Okay, so I assume that's 1.1 and 1.2. What is it? Show IP brief, and we can see 1.1 and 1.2 are up and up. Okay. And if we go into 2.1.1, nope, F, fast Ethernet 1.1, and we say switch trunk. There is no encapsulation .1 key required on this particular network module. I'm not super familiar with some of these switch network modules, so forgive me. They're not, I don't think they're super common. I haven't seen them a lot. So this is already kind of bizarre. So we have them as a trunk. Do show interfaces trunk. Does that work? We've got 1, 7, and 30 on our trunk, but they're not in a forwarding state. Do show spanning tree. So for some reason, we've decided that all of our interfaces are in a blocking state. Our root bridge is through fast Ethernet 1 and 2. But fast Ethernet 1, 2 is in a blocking state. So that's interesting. Something's wrong with spanning tree. We can show run, include spanning tree. got the port fast default, so let's get rid of that. Interface VLAN 7. Spanning. Port fast default. Ew. Let's not do that. And did we have, is it PVST, RSTP? I think that's what we had. Do show spanning tree. And RSTP, yep. So we're on the same page as there. See, the light changes on packet tracer now. No shut. Let's see. It's a gigabit port over on that side. 101. Show run. Begin 101. Descriptions. Oh, we have a manual set speed. Oh, that's brilliant. Brilliant. We got duplex up there. We got speed up down here. Interface V101 to speed 10. Oh, wow. That's nice. Show run begin 10 slash. Hey all you cool cats and kittens. Carol. So we got switch remote trunk here. There's no interesting. So run begin 0/1. Let me look, and there's no funny business going on over here, so it's probably just spanning tree. Do show spanning tree. We'll see. We have road ports now. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. All this was to ping from which PC was it? This one? This one we could get to our default gateway. This was an OSPF issue here. This one. I don't know what I was doing. I'm lost. I was fixing something. I fixed things. Okay? VLAN 7. It was an OSPF issue. I was working on the OSPF issue. And I couldn't have connectivity between the router and the switches. So, show IP OSPF neighbors. We'll see here. I've got a neighbor now. Do show IP route. Gateway of last resort is set to .37. And we've got two of these. One comes from 37, one comes from 43. Let me make sure. Do show IP interface brief. 37 and 43 are this router, so we're sending everything we don't know where it goes to that router. So we should be able to ping. There it is. Awesome. Okay. HQPC2 is good. We can get anywhere we need to. Now we just need to figure out, and hopefully we fixed all of the, I can't believe all these lights are still green even though we enabled spanning tree and everything. So access 1, show IP interface brief. Let's just take a look and see. Okay, we got up and up. We show interface status. We got half duplex still. This is auto half. Show run begin 0/1 switch port access VLAN 10. Oh, why are we doing TCP snooping? And no duplex half. Let's look at that again. So we shouldn't need any of that. I don't think we're doing TCP snooping at all. And make sure here that I save my configs again. It's very easy to forget to save everything occasionally. Okay, so to show interface status, and we'll see duplex is auto, speed is auto. That's looking better. We have 0/2 is in VLAN 7, which I don't think is right here. Wondering, I don't think DHCP will work. No. I think I don't know if DHCP is supposed to work. I don't see DHCP for these set up. I just see relays going nowhere, so I'm going to assume we're just supposed to have static addresses. 67, 83, and what VLAN were we on? I'm assuming we're not supposed to be on VLAN 7, so this is an invalid IP. I got that. Okay. Interface F02, switchboard access VLAN 10. Sounds more like it. Save the config again. So 106783 dot. Oh, what's in that range? 7? I don't think we use 7 anywhere. And 255.255.240. 1067.83.4 is our default gateway. So if I ping 10.67.83.3, which should be just on that. Seven might have been the, no, not with the subnet mask, a larger subnet here. So we should be good there. So we can't see the pig internal server. Oh well. Wait, hold on. Is that .3? Let's try something else, because we used .3 on one of our pull up my handy dandy notepad here. VLAN 20. Okay, that's not VLAN 10. Do show run include standby. Standby. Did I spell that right? Okay, so 83.4 is our standby IP address. So do show standby. Like and spell. VLAN 10, we're active. 9 state changes. Virtual IP address is .4. Preemption enabled. It looks like everything's good. but I can't ping the address. Now I'm wondering if that is a connectivity issue because we still have those error disabled interfaces. I forgot about those. Okay. Approaching 2 hours. Hopefully, this will take less than 2 hours. So I've got to find out what's going on there. Do show run begin gigabit. So if we look, switch work mode trunk, that's all we have there. I don't know what caused that error disable. Let's look at do show interface G01. It's down, error disabled. I believe there was a place here that said why it was error disabled. No late collisions, so that looks normal. We got a lot of broadcasts. I think that's because we had a broadcast storm earlier. We disabled spanning tree. Input queue. Output hung never. Maybe not. It's error disabled. It's error disabled again. Well, it doesn't tell me why. Usually there'd be a console message that'd say, hey. Oh, BPDU guard error detected. BPDU guard. It says a default. You bastards. Whoever did that is mean. Oh, I need shuts. I need no shuts. And then I'll need 0, 0, I think it was. Nope, 2. Shuts, no shuts. There we go. Pinging. So now we will ping 23.1.2.2. That works. Just for shits and giggles, let's go ahead and find the IP address on this machine of 1067.83.71. We can ping it, so we can ping everything on our network now. The only thing that I might have not gotten is if DHCP was supposed to be set up. There was so many different IP helper commands. The addresses were all different, and I don't think any of them were valid. So I don't know where I was supposed to go with that. Other than that, everything else is pinging. I think that was our objective here. You need to establish connectivity between all the client PCs. So I think we got the objective here, and I'm actually going to let's go ahead and do this live on camera. Let's go and I guess is there is there an answer? So this is Keith Barker doing it. He did a little faster than I did. Yeah, so he did a little faster than I did, and I would kind of expect that. He's a smart cookie. Let's just see what.
And one thing I would encourage you to be aware of, though, that on that channel, on that video, he walks through, and I haven't watched it yet, but he walks through the injection of the problems. So spoiler alert, don't go there and don't watch the
Okay,
whole thing
so we can see them there.
if you want to try troubleshooting it. Another element you can do is you can go to the key better, the topology and the interfaces.
So if I watch his video, if I can see,
I'm going to do to it. It has to be able to access to, or I'm sorry, we'll do it one more time. Trunk, which port fast allows SpanHQ to go through its states more quickly without going through all the safeguards of the changing states, and it can't supposed to have any BPDUs coming to us. And we'll get back in there. Let me know if that's better, people.
oh, hold on, he made it
Very
bigger.
obvious, but it is super frustrating. We'll change to white.
I'm gonna have to figure out how he got there, because apparently he can make packet tracer bigger.
All right. 67.83.6, and then DNS server will be 10.67.83.3. So that should, I hope, cause some nasty issues for him.
So yeah, I guess he changed the network, and yeah, because I don't know what VLAN
Anyways.
that TCP pool was associated with.
He won't assume it's going to have an issue just yet, because laptop should be able to pull an IP address just fine for now. And I'll go ahead and mess up this link. So I think the link here, let's see.
So interesting. It looked like DHCP never. Well, it looked like it may have worked, but he changed the pool. He changed the what was it? The relay address that he did. Default router. So he changed a lot of things here. So I guess I was supposed to get DHCP to work, and I would need to find out what the, make sure I was in the correct network there, and change the default router, but it wasn't even receiving DHCP. So interesting. Well, thank you guys for watching, and have a good one.